Diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me Joey Fisher. He's an offensive lineman out of Shepherd. How you doing today, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Cool. Doing great, man. Cool thing is Shepherd is one of these universities is actually fairly close to me. So I mean, it's kind of like a hometown guy that I'm talking to. So for those that don't know, tell us where Shepherd is and how you ultimately got there.
Yeah. So Shepherd's right there, in Shepherdstown, West Virginia. Not too far from the Maryland area. A couple minutes over the bridge, you'll be there. Starting off, a 2016 grad from high school. Had a crazy roller coaster through my recruitment. From committing to Maryland as a defensive end. I was a 3/4 star prospect. And after the coaching change with Randy Etzel, I left. Opened up my recruitment. I wanted to stay local. I'm originally from Prince George's County, PG County. My mom was born there in that area. My dad's from Baltimore, so just want to stay local and be able to have friends and family be able to watch me perform, at the next level. So going through all that stuff, I opened up my recruitment a little bit. About I say 2 weeks after signing day, I committed to Towson University. Went there, and being young and you wanted to be a set position. Sometimes that changes when you get to the next level. Going from a defensive end to a nose tackle there, I was kind of upset with that move. So I decided to part ways with Towson. And so my old high school coach, like I said, come from a small school, barely 1A school, Clear Spring. We have about 400 kids total in the school. I was the first kid that was a D1 prospect and a big prospect out of that area in the school. I didn't really have the communication and relationship with players that had done it before me to kind of say, hey, where do I go now? So we had an old coach. His name is Luke Benchoff. He was actually from and played at Shepherd University. So he kind of reached out to Coach McCook and, developed a nice relationship with me and him. And Coach McCook invited me out to a spring practice. And, he offered me on the spot to come there and, be a part of the team.
Awesome. And then, of course, I mean, you're playing offensive lineman there, but uh, before we get to that, I mean, kind of want to backtrack just a little bit, just paint the picture even more so. So, talk to us about you as a high school athlete. I know you played some other sports.
Right.
Can you enlighten me a little bit about those things?
Yeah. So, I definitely been around the block with sports. I played baseball and football growing up, same with basketball, all the way up through the high school days. I actually stopped playing baseball my freshman year, and then just stuck to football and basketball. And then my senior year, I got the idea to play track. I went out there and threw shot put and discus and kind of did the field events and ended up getting second in states for shot put my senior year. So that was exciting. Wish I could turn back the time and go back and start doing that my freshman year and see how I could progress with that. And then my senior year in basketball, we ended up making it to the Final Four. Played at the University of Maryland, ended up losing. But overall, like I said, first time in school history to be able to make it that far, and just to enjoy the memories with the guys back then, and develop to the athlete I am today.
Gotcha. So why football, man? I mean, obviously that's the game that you're playing right now. What makes it so special? I mean, why do you love it so much?
With my dad being from Baltimore, I'm a big Baltimore Ravens fan. And, growing up, I was always that defensive minded guy. Watching their defense with Ray Lewis, Haloti Ngata and all them guys, anyone can watch a Ray Lewis highlight tape and his motivation just gets you pumped up and, riled up. So that, and I was always the biggest kid, no matter where I went, whether that be growing up in elementary school, middle school, and into high school. I think I was around like the 6'3" area in eighth grade, low twos. So I've always been a bigger guy, and to come out and be able to be physical and be in a legal situation with that and be able to come out and oppose your physical will on people is something I like to do. And the football has grown a part of me, and has been passed down to my brother who's also at Shepherd University with me now. Even to my cousins, stuff like that. Football has been a big time part of the family.
Awesome. And then, of course, you're an offensive lineman, I believe currently playing right tackle. And so How would you describe your guys' offense a little bit? I know it's fairly prolific with an
Right.
excellent quarterback, but how would you describe your offense overall?
Well, yeah, like to start off, we just had a quarterback. We had Tyson Bagent, one of the best in the country. Harlan Hill winner. So to be able to just wrap our minds around that, protect him. He's the commander. He's a main guy on our offense. So to be able to work around him and watch him, have the time in the pocket and to be able to develop and make plays is something special. This year starting off, we have a lot of young guys. It's me and our center Adam Stilley, are the returners guys that had a lot of game experience last year and has played over the years. But with us being so fresh and young, it started back in spring. Once we had that good group that made the Final Four last year, and we lost three seniors there on the line, and then we had the young guys step in. So to be able to get them in, during the spring and develop, build our chemistry, get that gel, between the group chats, film, and stuff like that, and to be able to develop, from the spring to camp to where we're at today, 3-0 is pretty nice. And like I said, I think we're just going to continue to gel and keep the ball rolling.
Cool. Who are some of those young guys that people need to know, man, that are coming up in that program?
Right, right. So we have, starting off with our left tackle, Chandler Brown. He's a great guy, great kid, extremely smart, in the classroom. He's definitely one of them guys you go to when you have any problems in the classroom on the O line. Second, be Wyatt Pelicano, the clown of the team. He always keeps the spirits high and always keeps that morale high. And, is always a joking guy, but willing to learn. And then, of course, like I said earlier, Adam Stilley, holding it down the center, making our calls, which is nice to have that experience at center. To have him there and making other calls and stuff like that. We can kind of go off him. And then at right guard this year, we have Ty Lucas, another young guy that's, had a little bit of playing time when we were up big last year. And like I said, for them guys to come out and, do what we did in the past 3 games has been impressive. And I, only expect for us to grow and learn from there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely have a great program there, where you're building up these young players to take over again, like you said, some of those seniors that you guys have lost, but still able to be at the top, starting off great this season, 3-0. I was at y'all's last game, which is an excellent game,
Yeah.
a very exciting finish. So, let's talk about you, man. Obviously, a guy who I'm gonna just say it straight out. I mean, I feel like you're probably one of the better Division two, you know, players on the offensive line. That including everybody there. So, first of all, what do you think about me saying that? And second of all, how would you separate yourself as a prospect?
I'm always humble. I appreciate, I kind of let my actions speak for themselves. I'm not the type of guy to go out and be boastful and I allow, my game and, your guys' opinion and stuff like that to kind of dictate where I stand. And, I appreciate, like I said, the love I have that you guys have for me. And then to turn around, what separates me from different guys is just hard work. I'm always committed to being the best. I'm always watching film, the all 22 film from the NFL, comparing myself to the guys at the next level and just being able to, prepare myself for greatness, to be successful in every scenario I go through, whether that be, in the film room, the weight room, on the field, kind of leading by example too for the team.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is give me some feedback as to maybe how you have developed over the years. I mean, obviously coming in, a lot of freshmen they don't have like everything like all together. So I mean, it takes a little bit
Right.
of time and maybe even take some people to get you where you're at. So obviously an All-American offensive lineman. How'd you get to be an All-American and the people that help get you there?
Right. So like from where it started, coming in as a defensive end, Coach McCook, kind of had a sit down meeting with me, and he thought, hey, with you being as big as you are, as fast as you are, coming in, I think you'd be that diamond in the rough kid to be able to come out and develop as an offensive line prospect, and even further your chance to get into the next level. So that's where it started, and then coming in and just developing right away. Being a big guy in the weight room, helping out with our coaches. We have an old O line coach there named Coach Ori. He's an alumni. He actually played there. With him being able to mentor me in the plays and taking the extra time out of his day to develop me through the standpoint of the playbook and stuff like that was really big. And then just with the weight room, to start off in the weight room, having that COVID year last year was another, big plus. I gained a lot of weight, got a lot of power. and stuff like that. Like I said, I almost, I think I had like over close to a 500-pound bench press. My numbers are big in the weight room. I could do over 35 reps to 25. So just to be able to, build myself up, like I said, in every aspect from the field to the weight room and to the playbook knowledge is something I take pride in.
Yeah, the last number that you gave me that's currently in my notes is a 475-pound bench. So obviously if that's gone up, that's gone up, which is obviously something that's awesome, that I feel like people are going to really uh, take note of. So
Right.
um, all right. Well, obviously you've been there at Shepherd for a while, had some great memories. Obviously looking forward to making more of those this upcoming season. To date, what's going to be, what's that one thing that you're always going to remember? Is there like a moment or a game that you want to share? Maybe even a particular play?
Right. Yeah, to start off, I'd say the region game against Kutztown. To win all these games, playoff games, to the Notre Dame game, the game before that, to win on a Hail Mary, and then to come back and fight through the Kutztown game, and to finish and win the regions on a Hail Mary pass back to back weeks is definitely exciting. To watch your guy Alex Wetzel. Like I said, a great tight end, a great senior, a great friend we had last year, to be able to go up and kind of moss them guys and pull down that ball is exciting. We all first time, like I said, I come from a small school, so football wise, winning wasn't always the biggest thing. It was going out there and competing, but to be able to come to a program like Shepherd and win and prosper, and like I said, it's my first ever championship ring, so I always hold great pride and possession of that. So I say that would be the biggest memory in the sport of winning that region title game.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously you won the region, but I mean, ultimately, hopefully you guys will have that opportunity to actually win a natty, man. Like
Right.
you guys are so close last year. And I feel like you have the potential of doing that this year. Is that the ultimate goal for you, or any other expectations that you have for this season?
Right. So for the team, obviously, we know what it takes to get to the Final Four. There's going to be better, competition at each round of the playoffs, and the farther extend your journey. So like I said, we know what it takes. And, we're starting off hot now, 3-0. We're actually traveling to Kutztown this weekend to play there, so that'd be a good energized game. And hopefully we can just continue to go, game by game, and win. This year end up winning the conference championship, to going the region, going back to the Final Four, and progressing one game further than we did last year. So definitely, I say the end goal is to finish in Texas in December.
Yeah, man, it'd be exciting when it happens. So,
Right.
hey, want to take just a little bit of time, step off the football field a little bit, get to know who this Joey Fisher guy is. So, tell everybody a little bit about yourself if you don't mind. Anything that you find interesting, hobbies or whatever. So, tell us about you off the field.
Right. So I'm definitely a big family man. I have a fiance now. So definitely big in the family aspect of it. My free time, I like to work out. Obviously, that's something I do almost every day. Work out, eat. I love eating. I love trying new foods, stuff like that. I'm a big gamer. Been gaming all my life, whether that be Call of Duty, Madden, stuff like that, just to be able to gel with my friends, and just be a great guy to be around. So like I said, just to be able to be active, physically, and just play video games with the guys.
Sure. And uh, tell me about like what you've been able to accomplish in the classroom there at Shepherd. Did you get your degree already? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, so I actually graduate this December. This during this time of the market period now, I'm in my internship. I'm doing an internship, shadowing personal trainers at the local gym over here, One Life Fitness. So to be able, like I said, to be in that physical field, to be in that activity field, and kind of learn and use what I learned there to even use for my own workouts, and get tips and pointers from them to better myself as an athlete.
Cool, cool. Another thing that I was kind of thinking is, obviously, you want to ultimately get to the NFL, get that NFL paycheck, being able to, have that wealth to bring to your family and such. But also, do want to kind of check with you. Have you ever thought about maybe what you might do with that money to maybe give back to the community? Like, have you ever thought about like a charity or cause or anything like that that you might do, or where are you at with that?
Right. So obviously, that's pretty much everybody's goal is, starting from high school to being able to get to the college level and develop and, become that next guy, up in the league and be able to get your chance. Like I said, with me being a small town guy and, being able just to come back and get back to the community. They supported me through my journey, through the recruiting process at the colleges I've been at. So just to come back and, be able to come back now and, like I said, with me still being local from Shepherd to my high school being about, 45, 35 minutes away, coming back on Friday nights and watching the guys play football. So, if I were, definitely, hopefully said the dreams of making it big is, slowly becoming a reality. If I can, get the money and just give it back to the community in Clear Spring and, like I said, give the guys better equipment, help out with the field, stuff like that. Just be able to come back and give to the youth programs, that I came up through that have a lot of support.
Awesome, awesome. And so as we kind of wrap things up, I mean, obviously, again, like we had mentioned, I mean, the goal is to get to the next level. And I do know that there are lots of scouts that are at y'all's games, your practices. I actually met a few of them in the stands the other day. So, I mean, there are a lot of people that are really focused on Shepherd ball right now. So, I want you to take a moment and just kind of look at the camera and talk to those people directly, and tell them what kind of a player you would be for them if they took a chance on you, signed you, drafted you, and brought you into their franchise. So go ahead and close this out with that.
Right. So like I said, to start off, always are, appreciative towards, people coming out and taking the time out of their day to, evaluate me and, watch me develop as a football player. To me, if you're a next level guy and thinking about picking me up, I think you're going to get a guy that's, willing to work it every day. Like I said, obviously, loves the weight room, loves to, come out and compete and better themselves physically and mentally. Just to be able to come out and develop. Like I said, I'm always kind of acting like a sponge, whether it be from watching the older guys, watching the guys, like I said, when I first came in, watching guys before me and kind of learning what they did and how I can steal some of their moves and, add the tools in my toolbox and, develop into a better player, each and every day. So just to be able to come out, lead by example and just do what I love doing, that's playing football. Like I said, besides the money aspect to, be able to continue this football journey and, my love for the game would be definitely a great, great thing to have.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what a team would be getting is someone who, obviously, like you said, I mean, very strong guy. You're able to pull your own weight and then some in the weight room. And so you're dedicated, player who's, picked up the position. I know that you're really able to do a lot of the positions on the offensive line, whether it be either tackle spot or maybe coming inside to play guard. I mean, I think a lot of people project you to do that at the next level. But again, like you said, being a leader and also being a part of a very successful program and knowing what it takes to be a successful member of the team. So, Joey, do appreciate your time. Wish you best of luck this season, man, and everything else you got going for you. All right, and congrats on getting engaged. That's pretty sweet.
I appreciate that. Like I said, she's a high school sweetheart, so to have her around is definitely a great support system. But like I said, man, I appreciate you, taking time out of your day to, reach out to me and, make this thing happen. I do appreciate that.
Sure, no problem. Once again, Joey Fisher, offensive lineman out of Shepherd. Definitely check him out.
Thank you.